How are you doing?
Amazing. It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
My least favorite
Situational
day.
Tuesday. Yeah. Whose favorite day?
My least favorite day. But you know
What what
what?
what would make your day better?
This.
Wonderful.
Seriously, because listen, you're more than just my like business partner and my like ex-boss and all of that stuff. You were my friend. So, listen, I go to work and I see my friend. Well,
It's
you know what I mean?
wonderful. Yeah.
It's wonderful. So this is definitely making it better. What will even make it even more better, whatever. Who cares? Is
Mo
that
better.
more better, more better? I'm gonna go and work at the cafe and with another friend. So
Nice.
yeah, we're gonna like work and chat, meaning that like work 15 minutes, chat for 45, then remember that we have work 15 minutes, and then be like, oh, but did you hear that? Like, and again. So I'm
Nice.
very excited for it. And even though I have to commit myself to work 2 hours, I'm planning to work to a cafe for 4, knowing that if
Knowing.
I just go to
Yes.
2, I won't have anything
Yeah.
done.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited about it. And, I have a lot of manual testing today. And the more I write code, the more I talk to Copilot, Claude, and all other AI agents and stuff, the more happy I am when I get a manual ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's fun testing. I spent 2 hours last night testing a bug. I couldn't figure it out. Like my hunch is the bug's been fixed like a month ago, and I couldn't reproduce it. Um, it hurts, man. It hurts when it's like, oh, there's this bad production data. It's a very small percentage, right? And so maybe it's a race condition. This is a situation, being Situation Tuesday, you find yourself in where it's like there's this bug ticket that comes in. The dev is asking for help to reproduce the bug so he can actually fix it because it's like, is it a bug? Is it like a data issue? Did somebody run a update script in production and like break the? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a previous code path allowed this, but I'm it leaves you with questions, right? What do you do in that situation? You have a bug you can't reproduce. What do you do?
I try for a reasonable period of time, and then I leave a comment with my regrets.
With your regrets?
With my
I regret to
regrets
inform
that,
you.
listen, I am genuinely sorry that I couldn't reproduce it. I've tried this many times with this data set or something.
Yeah.
I just can't reproduce it. I used to get very upset, and
Yeah.
I would get like this feeling of feeling down,
Yeah.
and maybe even go hard on myself and be like, "Oh, come on!" Like I would take it personally when I was a young QA. I would take it personally and actually be genuinely upset about it.
Yeah.
Now, after years of therapy, you know, and years of testing non-reproducible bugs or
Yeah.
issues, right? I'm like, listen, I've tried this, I've tried this, I've tried this. Here's my video of like doing it on my machine, maybe different browser, maybe like
Yeah.
something else. Done. Sorry. You know, let me know. Maybe if there's a way to write automation and maybe that will catch somehow, eventually, or like,
Like
so
mutation testing, that's like a term where you basically have this test run, but it mutates every single run, so it tests different paths.
yeah, yeah. Or I remember, I think at our previous company, there was like an issue which was non reproducible, but it would happen sometimes. So what I did, I just started, and I know it's kind of like dirty, but who cares? It was my baby. I could do whatever I want there. I started console logging every single run, and then eventually we tracked down like what was going on.
What happened? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's my thing. It's like if something happened in production, it needs to be observable enough for me to go see the network request to see,
Mm-hmm.
did we actually send the right data there, or is it somewhere different, right? Because if
Mm-hmm.
we actually sent the right data, I know it's not probably not the application that we need to look at, because like the request that got sent was generated properly, so maybe there's some after script. But I spent a lot of time, it was a black box, right? I've got this application. What's nice about the app that I was testing is like there was all the JavaScript was not minified, and like I could go pull out the HTML and read the code and see the
Mm-hmm.
functions. And
Okay.
so I actually took that and actually downloaded the HTML. I dropped it in a brand new context. I dropped it in a folder. I opened Claude there, and I started having a conversation, and started asking like, what, analyze the JavaScript. Is anything that would cause, because like the issue is weird. It was like there's a final step that if any of the previous steps get changed, the final step gets unchecked. And the issue was like something stayed checked, but then was still in like a completed status versus like reverting to an incomplete status. So yeah, I asked like Claude to go do the heavy lifting and go, explore the JavaScript. Tell me like, is there any logic errors? And I did find there's one area where if I click and unclick something, it doesn't change anything. But all of my experiments and editing the page, reloading the page, saving and then saving again, doing two windows. Like I was doing like, I was bringing all the tricks out of the bag. I mean, it was like everything. All these like tests were just floating around like fireflies, and
Yeah.
it was crazy, and it was beautiful. But in the end, they all just flew away, and no bugs were reported.
Yeah. Have you tried my favorite go to sleep and try to come back in the morning?
No, I should do that. I'll
I
do
have
that.
done the amount of like good work I have done in my life when I would be doing something during the day, especially in the afternoon or especially at night, like after 8. I would be testing or writing automation or something, and I would get stuck or like just the I've tried everything, and then you go to sleep, and then you open laptop, and within 2 minutes, so many times it was like this.
I mean, your brain
Within
said
two
time to think
minutes, you
about
like
it. Yeah.
like that. So try this. Maybe maybe it will work. But the flakiness is also a problem in this case when it's like it happens and it
Yeah.
doesn't. I just had a conversation with the quality engineer where I was like, "Hey, there's a test failing on your end. Can you please take a look?" And he was like, "Well, it's flaky." And I'm like, "Well, I don't care." Like,
I
do you
mean,
know me?
Yeah, you got to ask the question though. Is it the test that's flaky? Is it the application that's flaky?
Application. So
Or the infrastructure that's flaky?
So apparently there's something is going on a specific step when application is like freezes or slows down and stuff. But what I said, okay, so if you as a tester are aware of this situation, that it happens specifically on this test, on this step, like every 12th to 18th time. So every 12th or 18th, I see the red automation, and the person who checks automation in the morning, I get triggered by seeing red like a bull. That's it. I'm enraged immediately. Like all that. So I encouraged him. If you're 100% sure that it's flaky, then maybe around that step, work around it where, okay, if this doesn't happen, if I don't catch it, basically catch it,
Yeah, try catch.
can you just catch it and all of that stuff. So I hope she will.
Well, I mean, that's a hard one though. Like, how much do you push back to say, well, the test is actually not flaky, it's the application. But then you have to dive in, like, is it the application code that has a race condition somewhere? Or are we just running in a really low powered test environment? Because, this thing is not utilized like production is. Like, why does it need all the RAM and
Yeah.
CPU power that, like, it's not valuable enough to kind of invest the resources. But
Right.
I mean, digging down to what is the root cause, I think is important. But it's also important, like, if you're in that situation, it's like push back on the devs and say, hey, devs, like, this thing is happening. I'm pretty sure it's in this application code. Maybe go see if you can understand, grok the code and understand like where that's happening in the process, and submit a pull request. Let's get crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it varies to situation to situation. Of course, if you are working on an application where, I don't know, you create humans and you populate a planet, Earth, and for
What's
example,
happening right now?
and like in the data, I mean, like, post
Okay,
users
okay.
and stuff,
Like
and
faker
you
data.
know that the planet cannot feed 75 trillions of humans. Of course, yeah, like, I mean, there is no way to even dig into application and see why, because it's unreasonable. But yeah, I think in that case, which today happened in the morning, and what you're saying, I think it's pretty reasonable to go and ask why on this step specifically application slows down, or just goes into weird mode.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. So yeah, what are you gonna be doing today?
Today, I've already given a training, QA deep dive,
Okay.
and I'm going to be doing a bunch of onboarding stuff. So I am still doing some client work at night. So, your wake up in the morning thing for me, like, it'll either have to be I wake up really early in the morning, or I take a look later this evening. Once my brain's had 24 hours to think about it. So
Yeah. Yeah. I addressed your comments on your
Okay.
PR.
on
Yeah,
your PR,
on my PR. Yeah. One was environment issue. It just was
Sure.
happening yesterday. It's
Yep.
fixed, and another one, it was an expected change, and so
yeah,
yeah.
I
But
didn't see a PR
they
out
changed
there
it.
for
They
you.
changed it after I opened the PR. So
I understand. Yeah.
and we will have actually I'll have a conversation today with them in 4 hours about why we change stuff without letting QA know.
Yeah.
Because
Is there a ticket? Or not?
no, I honestly no, I'm confused because yesterday I had to fight to get my spot in a design review meeting.
And it's API calls, like your specialty. Like you
Yeah.
love API specs.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
send him.
Yes.
Let him loose.
Yes.
Like a rabid bull.
They hate me. People called me yesterday a mean teacher. The teacher who really cares about the kids and really want them to succeed, but at the same time they're like being super mean, like emotionless and stuff. I took it as a compliment. I was like,
I mean, when I look back at my fondest memory in high school, well, there were two. One was like our physics teacher that let us shoot a potato gun across the football field. That was a fun one. But the second one was my English teacher. She forced us to write these papers, handwritten. Like, it was very monotonous. She was very strict. And like, that prepared me for college for writing longer papers. I was still bad at it, but like forcing me to do these things, and her just being known as someone strict was like, it was good. It was good. So be strict.
they
But
know
if you care. Yeah.
I mean good. So it just the delivery is not nice. The packaging is like, not satisfying. But
you
it's
just
all
gotta
good.
smile while you're
Well, listen,
delivering
I
bad
do
news.
smile. I just, they just know that every time when I open my mouth, nothing good for them is gonna happen because good testing is bad news. I mean, but it's true. It is.
Yeah,
We're
that's
out of
true.
time.
We're
I
out of
love
time.
you. I'll see you tomorrow. Have fun with onboarding and stuff.
See ya.
See ya.